This is the plaintiff, Veronica Ventresca Phillips. She says her gutters were falling off her house, so she hired the defendant to fix and replace them. The defendant subbed the job out to someone else. That guy told her the gutters were fine and all she needed was to fix one hole. The defendant cashed her check for $500 without doing any work. And she's suing the guy here and now to get her money back. This is the defendant, Matthew. He says he sent one of his guys over to the plaintiff's house to repair her gutters. And when he was on the ladder, a squirrel jumped on him, and he got scared and fell off the ladder. He wasn't informed there were squirrel nests on the plaintiff's roof. Told the woman to get animal control to remove them. She never did. And he owes nothing. He's accused of not getting the job done.
All parties, please get your ready. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Williams are presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ventresca Phillips, you are suing Mr. Matthew. You've asked to be referred to only by your first name for $500 that was paid to Mr. Matthew in order to do a gutter job that he never did. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, ma'am. On May the 26th, 2022, I got in touch with Angie List and asked for, a contractor that can help me with my roof.
Now, Angie's List, for those who don't know, is an online tool to obtain contractors for projects around the house and perhaps elsewhere. I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. And the same day, Mr. Matthew called me. This is not the guy I was really dealing with. I was dealing with, I guess, his brother. I'm not sure what's going on.
Have you ever seen this fellow before?
If I think I have.
He's kind of impressive. Like
right,
you would remember if you met him before, right?
I said think.
How tall are you?
6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6". How many 6'6" people do you meet?
Well, Your Honor, there was a 6'6" guy there.
Okay.
Okay. That didn't really speak a lot and didn't really
so
say
you dealt
anything.
more with the brother.
Yes, I did.
Right. And you were there with your brother originally, right?
Yeah, it's my company, but
right.
we both stole jobs, so.
So what happens? You hire them to do what?
Yes, ma'am. I did hire them to fix my gutter.
Okay, and why did you think your gutters needed to be fixed?
Because the winter before, there was a storm, ice storm in Chicago, and my gutter got a lot of buildup of ice on it, and so it leaned. It had a leaning to it.
Okay.
And so I figured, let me get it done before, the winter come again. And so I did call them, and they called me right away. And so I was kind of surprised.
So they go out there, they sell you the job. How much is it going to cost to have your gut? Are you redoing all the gutters or some of them?
Just one.
Okay, and it's going to cost you how much, they say?
The total price that I negotiated with them, because they were higher at $1,200, total price I negotiated with them was $1,050.
All right, and they asked for a $500 deposit?
Yes, they did.
All right, and then do they come out to do the job?
No, ma'am, they never showed up.
Who shows up instead? Somebody that they sent?
Yes, ma'am.
So how much later does that somebody come?
June the 4th.
Okay, so June the 4th, you say in your complaint that it was subcontracted. Why do you say that?
Because subcontractor, because the gentleman that came out said he had been doing gutter business for over 30 years, and that he had his own company, and so definitely gave me the assumption subcontract out.
And was it subcontracted out, the job?
Yeah.
Okay, so that person goes, and that's okay, unless your contract specifically doesn't allow them to do that, a person can subcontract. Now, they're still on the hook, and they've got to make sure it's done right, because they have to stand behind the work. Now, when they had come, did they get up on the roof or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so they gave their quote from the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so then go on.
And so the contractor, when I got there, introduced myself to the contractor, he did get his ladder from his truck, and he did go up on the roof. And when he went up on that roof and he looked at my gutter and he looked at it very thoroughly, he looked at my gutter and he came down and of course, and he told me, he said, Veronica, I don't know what's going on, but you don't need a gutter. I've been doing this for over 30 years. You don't need a gutter. What they need to come out here, Matthew and them need to come out here and do is fix that hole that, you know, maybe squirrels has been digging in.
Why would he fix a hole that squirrels were digging in?
Well,
a hole where? A hole where?
In my roof.
Yeah, but he's not a roofer. He was there to do gutters.
Well, I assumed they were
And what
roofers.
happened with the squirrel? Did a squirrel come out and jump on the guy?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Cross
Okay.
my heart. No, ma'am. I was so surprised to even hear that in the introduction. No, ma'am.
Okay, so he tells you, you have squirrels. There's a hole in your roof.
I didn't have squirrels.
What'd
I don't
you
have
have?
squirrels.
What'd you have?
There was a hole there, okay? And I gasped, but I don't have squirrels in my roof. That's what I'm saying to you.
So, but I don't understand. What does the hole have to do with the gutter hanging down? You had said that the gutter was hanging down.
Nothing. But this is, he said, all they need to do is come out and fix that hole, and they're capable of
It's not
doing
his
it.
job to fix a hole in your
Well,
roof,
then that
but it
was
is his
fine
job to
with
fix
me.
the gutters that were leaning down. You said the
ma'am.
gutters were leaning down.
Yes, ma'am, and that would have been fine with me.
Okay.
They didn't have to come and fix
So
that
why
hole.
did you guys not go back?
Well, when we got a phone call from the worker that went out there, he explained to us that the squirrel jumped on him after he went and inspected the gutter. And supposedly there's like a squirrel nest between the gutter and there's like a tree right by the corner of the gutters. And one of the squirrels jumped on him and supposedly he fell off the ladder, so he just
He fell off the ladder.
Yeah, I mean...
I think we'd know if he fell off the ladder because there would be a hospital stay, right?
I mean, it wasn't really that much of a big
Did he
height.
tell you he fell off the ladder?
He said he was trying to get down and he fell off the ladder, yeah.
He said that. Where is he? Is he here to testify?
No, Your Honor, no.
Do you have an affidavit from him?
I do not,
Can you call him on the phone so I can hear his side?
sure.
Your Honor, if I could say.
Yeah, go ahead, while he's trying to get the person on the phone.
Yes, ma'am. My friend John was there the whole time that the gentleman.
Yes, John
was there.
here? You got him in your pockpocketbook?
I do have a test, a
An
witness
affidavit.
statement.
Go ahead,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
show it to me. Go ahead and
Hey, I'm in court right now. You're on speaker.
here. Hi, this is Judge Marilyn Milian from the People's Court.
Yes.
All right, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Okay, what's your name?
Eric,
Okay. Eric, how long have you been in the business?
over 20 years.
Okay. And what's your relationship with Matthew?
Subcontractor.
Okay. Eric, I'm going to need you to raise your right hand, and I'm going to trust that you're doing it because I can't see you. And do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Tell me what happened when you got to the lady's house.
So I took out the ladder, went up there. There was a hole in between the gutter, where the gutter is screwed into the fascia board.
So there's a hole in the fascia board?
Right.
Okay, go on.
So I put the ladder there, and a squirrel came out of there.
And what happened?
Well, I kind of tripped on the ladder, and I told the customer that before I go and do anything with the gutters, that she has to have somebody come out and take care of the problem with the squirrel.
Okay. And how would a homeowner take care of that?
Well, I would think she would get some kind of animal control, because they must have been a nest or something that they're going in and out of there.
Okay, so is the reason that you left the house because of that?
Yes.
All right. And was the gutter hanging?
Yes.
So the gutter needs repair as well, right?
Right.
So the nest has to be removed, the hole has to be patched, and the gutter needs to be resecured.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Eric.
Okay.
Adios. All right, so he says he told you that, he can't work there until you take care of it. I know he did, right? Didn't they tell you, you got to take care of this squirrel?
Just, I deep breathe, because everything that was just told was not true.
But
So
it
I
kind of
deep
is,
breathe.
because you told me it was. You told me
there
that
was
there's
a
a hole
hole,
in between here
and
and
you know
there,
what,
and the hole has to be patched for sure, but that's not their job.
Yes, Your Honor, I went further. I definitely did. I do have a gentleman that repaired my roof for me and paid him.
Repaired what? The fascia board?
The fascia,
Yeah,
lift up
okay.
the gutter. And
Right.
we certainly could call him.
Right, but I believe you. So somebody
Yeah.
repaired that, and then did that same person repair the gutter?
Yes, he just put nails in there because that's all it was need. But he could certainly tell you that everything.
And what did he charge you?
$400.
Okay.
Everything that they just said, even, I'm so surprised. I didn't expect this. But everything they just said is just not true. And if you call my friend John, certainly he was there the whole time, and we could know, he knows that that gentleman did not fall off the ladder or tumble over the ladder. And anything.
I'm not. There's no.
none
There's
of
no
that.
lawsuit against you for falling off a ladder or anything like that.
Yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, I don't know how that would be your fault anyway. He's an independent contractor on his own. If he slips, he slips, and it's not your fault that there's a squirrel.
And they did not tell me, he did not say it all. He told me that he was not, that the only thing.
It's not the
wrong-
only thing. It's a thing that needs to be fixed.
A thing
and
that
then
needs to be fixed.
that thing that's hanging had to be reattached.
Yeah.
What I don't get is why, why didn't you and your brother, when you're estimating the job, get up on a ladder to see what the deal was up in the fascia board?
So my brother, he's been selling gutters for a very long time, and he doesn't really have to go up the ladder to see from it.
Well, apparently he does, because the reason that the gutter was falling was the squirrel nest, right?
Well, yeah, that we knew later, but
Right, exactly. We'd know earlier if we,
Yeah.
So, but what happens now? She's $500 into it. You don't want to go back, and I understand that, but why does she lose her whole $500?
the material is bought with the deposit, and
Right, but you, in your answer to the complaint, you say we forfeited the job. What does that mean?
we forfeited the job because she didn't want to get rid of the squirrel's nest. So we.
Okay, so let's go backwards, and you tell me, how do you know she didn't want to get rid of the squirrel's nest?
My brother got in contact with her.
Who did?
My brother.
So it's hearsay. You're not the one who spoke with her.
It's like between when we sold jobs, we go back and forth with customers. Yeah.
That's fine. So your brother tells you that he got in contact with her, and that what?
She just didn't want to get rid of the squirrel nest.
Did anybody call you to get rid of the squirrel's nest on your own? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, but would you think that it's their job to get rid of the squirrel's nest?
No.
Well, then I think you do, because you said all they had to do was patch up the hole,
No.
but from the squirrels. Why would that be their job?
No, Miss Millian. I didn't have
Judge
squirrels.
Millian.
Judge, Your Honor, I did not have squirrels up there. Honest to God,
I thought you said that you had a hole.
I do. I did. I did have a hole, but I did not have squirrels living in my.
Nobody's asking you whether you had them living there.
because
You
that's
had a
what they
nest, and the
said.
nest was growing,
I
and
did
the
not
nest
have
was.
a nest up there.
What'd you have? What's a hole from?
I did not have a nest
What
up there.
is the hole from?
The hole is from squirrels, I guess.
Okay.
digging in
Now,
there.
here's my question. I need you to listen very carefully to my
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Did they say to you, you have squirrels and you need to get animal control to take care
No,
of them?
ma'am.
So how is it that they don't come back and fix the thing?
I guess they really judged, Your Honor, and I got a lot of text messages and everything like that, Your Honor, asking them to come back, asking them to fix that roof, and I got more than one witness stand, and I asked them, Your Honor, please, I said, I don't understand why you're not coming back.
And what would
Please.
they say?
Oh, we'll be there. Oh, nothing.
Did
Then
they ever
started
say
ignoring
anything
me.
about the squirrels?
No, ma'am. Never, 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 never. Nobody, not even that other gentleman. No, ma'am. Never.
Where's your text messages?
Yes, ma'am, right here. And even Angie List tried to get in touch with them, Your Honor. Angie List, Better Business Bureau. So if they really wanted to take care of the problem, they really could have. There was never a mention about anything like that.
Hello, I was told that you was going to call me between 4 and 5 o'clock to discuss with me what we are going to do about the hole in my roof by my gutter. And also, I need to know exactly how much it's going to cost. We have $500 down, and you really concerned me because you do not return phone calls, and you do not let me know after your gutter guy have talked to you what is going to happen. So I really do appreciate a call back. That is on Thursday, June 9th. Then on June 15th, hi, trying to confirm the date and time that you guys are going to come and repair my hole and buy my gutter. Then again on June 18th, we have been trying to reach you for our repair work. You're not responding. We don't understand. We trusted in you and your company. If you're going to do the work, please let us know. Thank you. Then on June 27th, since you have made the decision not to do any work on my roof, I'd like to get my money back. and you guys just don't answer anything. Why?
Your Honor, I do understand that she did send out text messages, but we get a lot of text messages and emails every day. We try to respond to as much as people as possible.
No. No. You have a contract with someone, and you don't get to blow them off. If you have a contract with someone, then you have to respond and say, this is what we need. If you're telling me that the reason you didn't go back there is because she refused to take care of the squirrel problem, I want to see that in the text. Because I don't see that. What I see is her repeatedly calling you over and over, trying to get you out there, and you completely ignoring your customer.
Well, that was after the situation. When
Yeah, prove it. Aside from that, you don't get to just keep the $500 and then the exact words, because I loved when I read this, it was just amazing to me. We forfeited the job. That sounds like you decided that you weren't going to keep going, but you don't get to decide that and keep the money. If you don't want to go there, that's great. I don't want to go there, it's dangerous, I don't like her, she's a pain, whatever you want, but you give back the money. You don't get to decide that on your own and then also not give back the money and then also not call her back and then say, we do our best. No, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to just leave a customer hanging. $500, verdict for the plaintiff.
Both sides, hold on, please.
So really no question about the outcome of this case. The plaintiff prevails. She's going to get her $500 back. Matthew, you heard what the judge said. Don't you feel kind of silly?
Yeah, it's more of like a back and forth type of game, you know. There's two sides of it, and clearly I lost, so.
Yeah, the judge just didn't believe what you... And the judge said you can't forfeit a job. If you forfeit a job, you got to give the money back. No question.
Yeah, correct, but we bought the material ready for the job, so it came out of basically her money.
Yeah, but you didn't do the job. But you didn't do the job.
Correct, because of the squirrel loss.
So that's your problem.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you learn. Exit on the left. Goodbye. Now, here comes the plaintiff now on her way out of the courtroom. Boy, I think everybody feels sorry for you. You're going to get your money back finally.
Thank you. Yes, I do
Right?
appreciate that. Thank God.
And did the people who repair it say anything about finding squirrels?
No, sir. No, sir, not at all. The first time I heard of squirrels is today in court. That's the first time.
Really?
Yes, sir, it is.
First time ever.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, I'm glad you got it fixed. Glad you prevailed in court. Glad you're getting your $500 back.
Yeah.
And have a good day.
Well, Doug, in this case, the judge simply said, look, it is not reasonable the amount of time that was delayed here in doing the job. Now, if you want to protect yourself, here's what you do. You either put in a date certain that the job has to be done by a date certain, at least that gives a frame of reference. But even better, put in that date certain and then write the magic words. Time is of the essence. That is a legal trigger, which means it's got to be done by then.
Marilyn, who do you call the most on your phone, on your cell phone?
You.
Without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
I got to say, it's the same. I call you more than anybody else, but I do get a lot of calls from people who are concerned about whether I'm saving a lot of money on my long distance or on my, on my cable and that. You know, and I appreciate their thoughts. They care about me, obviously. But I'm doing just
Your call
fine
is
with
very important to them.
Exactly. Your call is important to us. But you used to call your mom constantly.
A lot. My mom is going to turn 97 this month.
Right.
And, so
it's not quite as sharp on the phone as she used to be.
Right. But yeah, but even then, I'm sure my mother might have called me more than you called me, but you and I speak like, I mean, even in our busiest times of our lives, we would speak, I would say 2 or 3 times a day. And now, well, you're usually right there, so I don't have to call you, but because you're there at home,
constantly,
and you're there at work.
Isn't it great?
It's magical. So I don't have to call you as much, but I think you're still probably the person I call the most.
I'm sure.